Mike Tyson has issued a powerful warning to Jake Paul ahead of their highly anticipated showdown. The former heavyweight champion has officially kicked off his training camp, leaving spectators stunned with his lightning-fast hand speed and devastating punching power. A recent video shows Tyson in an intense training session with his coach, Rafael Cordell, focusing on pad work and building endurance. The footage ends with a chilling message from Tyson, clearly directed at Jake Paul, sending a wave of unease through fans. Adding to the tension, Tyson has now released yet another terrifying warning for Paul, making it clear he is taking this fight very seriously. Meanwhile, during an episode of Joe Rogan's podcast, Mike Tyson opened up about a brief encounter he had with Jake Paul. Tyson recalled that both he and Paul happened to be in the same location at the same time. The situation unfolded while Tyson was aboard someone's boat, where Jake Paul also made an unexpected appearance. Tyson's tone suggested the moment carried a bit of tension, as the two shared the space under curious circumstances.
It was okay. You know, you got the story. You got to keep the hard war. Get ready, baby.
Joe Rogan responded by highlighting how massive a fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul could be, emphasizing the immense public interest it would likely generate. He noted that such a matchup could become a major event in the world of combat sports. In response, Tyson showed clear excitement and interest, expressing his openness to the idea and even suggesting that they move forward with it.
Well, Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao was big, but culturally, you versus Jake Paul, like this young YouTuber takes on one of the greatest heavyweight champions that's ever lived. You know,
hey, everybody, listen.
Are you listening? If he's willing to do it, you know how crazy it is. If he's
listen, I saw Jake Paul. I was in the same part. I don't know who. Somebody's boat.
However, Campbell Hatton has raised concerns about the training clips featuring Mike Tyson, suggesting that they might be misleading fans. According to Hatton, the videos give the impression that Tyson is fully prepared to take on Jake Paul, but this perception may not reflect reality. He believes the footage is being strategically used to legitimize the fight. People are getting carried away because Tyson looks powerful and sharp in those clips, Hatton explained. But they are justifying the fight based on his training performance, not the bigger picture. Hatton emphasized Tyson's age, warning that although his punching power remains intimidating, going multiple rounds and absorbing punishment at 57 years old is a serious challenge. He also expressed concern about the potential negative impact a Tyson defeat could have on young and impressionable fans. If Jake Paul knocks him out, it could send the wrong message, especially to newcomers who discovered boxing through YouTube, he warned. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has responded to Tyson's latest chilling warning. When Tyson asked if he still wanted the fight, Paul quickly tweeted, Yes, I do. Paul enters the ring riding the momentum of 3 straight wins, although his last 2 came against relatively low-rank opponents in the professional boxing scene. To in a recent interview, Paul shared his disbelief over the matchup, saying, I can't believe it. It's surreal. I'm still trying to process it. After our first face-off, I walk away laughing, like, bro, what is happening? While fans are now eagerly awaiting the official press conference, no confirmed date has been announced yet. However, sources suggest it could happen sometime next month. Until then, fans can continue to enjoy the steady stream of intense training videos and bold warnings coming from both Tyson and Paul.
No problem. Saturday, July 20th. See you there, buddy.
Meanwhile, Oscar de la Hoya has voiced serious concerns about the upcoming clash between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Upon learning about the matchup, the CEO of Golden Boy Promotions expressed his discomfort with the idea of Tyson, now in his late 50s, stepping into the ring against an opponent nearly 3 decades younger. I've been saying from the start that Jake Paul has real potential, de la Hoya explained. He could even win a world title, but only if he follows the right path. Facing Mike Tyson is not the way. De la Hoya weighed the pros and cons of the bout, urging Paul to climb the ranks the traditional way, by taking on tough fights, breaking into the top 10, and eventually challenging world champions. Despite his reservations, he acknowledged Tyson's knockout power, stating, Even at nearly 60, if Tyson lands a clean shot, it could be lights out for Jake Paul. In an interview with ES News, De La Hoya reflected on Tyson's legendary career. He pointed out that Tyson's punching power is likely still intact, even if his prime years are behind him. "The last thing to go is your power," he said. "If Tyson connects, the fight's over. That's how dangerous he still is." However, he also stressed that it depends on whether Tyson can catch Paul, something that's not guaranteed. He referenced Tyson's 2020 exhibition against Roy Jones Jr., noting that Tyson looked impressive and still had sharp movement for his age. Tyson himself hasn't been shy about sharing his opinions on Jake Paul's boxing journey. As far back as April 2022, he publicly praised Paul's willingness to step into the sport. "I love the fact that he entered the game," Tyson said at the time. "Boxing needs people like him. The best fighters aren't always fighting each other anymore, and someone like Jake brings energy and attention to the sport." Jake Paul also took a moment to reflect on how far he's come. "It's wild to think that in just my second pro fight, I went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Mike Tyson's undercard," he said this week. "Now, less than 4 years later, I'm stepping up to fight Tyson himself. It's surreal. I want to see if I have what it takes to beat one of boxing's most feared legends." Adding to the growing list of opinions, former Olympic medalist and current boxing coach Tony Jeffries has also weighed in, eager to lend his expertise and insight into dynamics of this unconventional yet high-stakes fight.
Mike Tyson's last professional fight was nearly 20 years ago in 2005, although he did have an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago, where Jake Paul, on the other hand, has been having fights regular, keeping active, training as good, if not better, than most professional boxers.
Tony Jeffries was asked whether he had ever considered the possibility of legendary boxer Mike Tyson trying to reassert his dominance against a much younger opponent. In response, Jeffries offered sincere and thoughtful reflection. "Tyson has nothing left to prove," he said. "If this goes badly, younger fans might only remember him as the aging fighter who got knocked out by Jake Paul." His concerns extended beyond Tyson's legacy. Jeffries also examined what the bout could mean for Jake Paul. "I'm sorry to say this, but it's possible Tyson could lose. The man is a living legend, a true icon. That's why I think this fight benefits Jake more than it does Mike." Steven Jackson, known for his blunt takes, also weighed in on the fight during an episode of the All the Smoke podcast. A longtime admirer of Tyson, Jackson reflected on Tyson's turbulent journey and his ability to overcome adversity. "He's been through a lot and made peace with his past. He's still here, doing great things," Jackson said. "But I just don't want him risking everything by facing someone like Jake Paul." While acknowledging Paul's rise, Jackson voiced deep concern. "If Jake knocks out Mike, I'm just saying, someone might be waiting for him outside. That's the kind of respect people have for Tyson." Meanwhile, UFC light heavyweight contender Johnny Walker shared a more optimistic take on the upcoming matchup. Describing it as a smart business move, Walker said, "I actually think the Tyson versus Jake Paul fight is clever marketing. Both of them will make serious money from it. And honestly, good for Mike, he deserved that payday." He added that he sees the bout more as an exhibition than a serious competitive match. Former world champion Amir Khan also gave his prediction on the fight. He believes that Tyson, despite his age, will win by an early knockout. "The fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Wow, no one ever imagined a fight like this would actually happen," Khan commented. "But Tyson is a legend. I think he'll finish it quickly." Amir Khan continued to express serious concern over the matchup between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, pointing out the dangers of challenging a heavyweight legend, even one who's been retired for years. "Tyson's not someone you want to play around with," Khan stated. "Even though he's older and only done exhibitions recently, he's still extremely dangerous." Khan openly questioned Jake Paul's reasoning for accepting a fight against such an iconic and powerful figure in boxing. "I just feel Tyson could seriously hurt Jake," he said. "I don't know what Jake Paul is thinking. He's stepping into the ring with one of the greatest heavyweights ever, and the size difference alone could be a real problem." He also speculated on the nature of the fight itself, wondering whether it was just a marketing ploy. "Is this real or just hype?" Both of them posted about it at the same time. "It feels unreal," Khan commented. "I like Jake, but Mike isn't someone you casually step in the ring with. He's not the kind of guy you do an exhibition with, especially when you're lighter and smaller. Khan admitted that he still isn't fully convinced a fight will actually happen, sharing his surprise and concern. It shocks me, honestly. I'm amazed this is even a discussion. But if it does happen, I've got Mike Tyson winning by knockout. Even in his 50s, Tyson is a monster in that ring. Still explosive, still dangerous.